Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever with me, XFL, USFL, CFL, Jim, joined by my co-host Eric, Uncle Rico at ETOF21 on Twitter, and I believe Instagram as well, and TikTok. My man's
And
everywhere.
Facebook and YouTube. I'm all over. I'm trying to get to your level, my friend. I'm trying.
You,
But you know
you
what my
gotta
old man
spread your wings, sir.
you know what my old man says? He says there's trying and there's doing. So I'm gonna be doing next week. Right. This week I'm only trying to be like you.
Okay, I respect that move. So what we're talking about on today's show, we're gonna be talking USFL, CFL. There is XFL, but trust me, I want to do a big. Once the USFL ends, I want to do like a big XFL episode on everything that's been going on in the meantime. Hopefully by that point we'll get like cities confirmed. We have a lot of rumors in the mill, but nothing's been 100% confirmed city-wise. But we'll break down everything XFL coming up. We'll break down MLFB. We'll break down ELF. And then before you know it, 2 months away, like 2.5 months, we'll have X League, like actual X League to talk about.
It is crazy how the season is it just keeps on
We're
going.
already 2 weeks into the CFL.
I know. It's crazy. It's time's flying, dude. Before we know it, we're gonna be sweating out Lions to win the Super Bowl futures.
Oh, you're gonna be sweating that out. You will be sweating that out, my friend. So, USFL season 1. This is like the first spring league in 3-4 years, even longer. This is the first spring league I can remember, really, that's finished a full season. I think it's the first one that's finished a full season since the XFL in 2001.
Yeah, I mean it was great. Definitely, since it has Fox backing, it's going to be around for a while. Um, there's some stuff I really liked about it. I liked how they changed the rules as the season went. I liked how during the Panthers Maulers game, they made whoever won that game got the first pick. That way, it
Love
was
that.
competitive. Um, I like the on the field stuff, the on the field interviews. I don't think they'll ever do that in the NFL though. Um, During the game though, on the smaller leagues, I liked it. I think they could have incorporated. I really liked how the XFL, when it came back, incorporated live betting. Like you could see the live odds. I think they could have done that a little bit more, incorporated the betting. I hated how you couldn't find an injury report. They were very secretive about their injury reports, knowing what was going on. Um, I think there's a lot of room to growth. It's going to be interesting if they keep it satellite. Do they expand to 2 satellites, or do they have these teams go to their home bases?
There's like a bunch of different options I hear kind of like floating around. Obviously, doing a satellites again is an option. Their TV ratings were all right. They could be a little bit better. Maybe with a year under their belt, they could improve. I've heard 2 satellites. I've heard the potential of like just traveling through the market. So like 1 week all the games are played in Michigan. 1 week all the games are in Birmingham. 1 week they're all in Tampa. So on and so on.
I
You
kind of like
still
that idea. I'm not going to lie. You
I
know what
don't
I mean?
hate that idea, but you still run the risk of like every game that week except for one being like
Oh,
no
man.
shows.
Yeah. Um,
Obviously, you don't have like the one team having a home field advantage every week.
yeah, which kind of takes out one of the things of football. I will say this though, with all the streaming services, the Peacock and everything, I think this is going to be around for a couple more years just because they need content for the Peacock network, and Fox is going to be starting their own live streaming platform. And it was getting better ratings than midday MLB games. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be around to last. I think ranking wise, I think they did good for what was around. I really don't feel like the publicity leading up to it was the best.
No, I think that was so that I was going to go into things I love, things I didn't love. So I loved one. I'll just say it because you mentioned it. I didn't love a lot of the publicity, especially leading up to the league. I felt like there was almost no hype going into the season.
Yeah,
They could have done a much better job advertising and really like bumping the league up to like have people hype for it.
I agree 100%. I agree. You have to create value. Maybe now, since there are some names to go along, you have to create value because how
I
can I say that?
am I am interested to see like which one / how many of these guys jump to the NFL, like potentially get looks in the NFL. Because as much as it pains me to see guys leave leagues like this and join the NFL, I mean, good for them for getting their money. But that's a big selling point for these leagues is the number. Like the XFL, when it folded, put a lot of those players in the NFL. It sets them up in a position to succeed.
If this can be a farm system, it can play. I really think spring football in the U.S. can play, and it can be something big if it is able to partner up and filter players into the NFL.
Oh yeah. And so I loved a bunch of the rule changes. I loved almost all of the rule changes, I think. And I loved, similar to the XFL, I loved being able to hear the refs deliberate and talk on every decision. I love being able to just understand why they're choosing what they're choosing, even if I disagree with it. I like the player pool. I think we had a decent amount of talented players. Coaching left a little to be desired.
Jeff Fisher, enough said.
I mean, Kirby Wilson, dude.
Like, can he be fired in the offseason? Or
I think so. I would expect everyone to probably return. Like, even Kirby Wilson, I expect probably to return. If there is a coach let go or replaced, he would be the one, I think.
Oh, I agree 100%.
He might walk. He might just, like, decide to leave. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Like, he just seems, like, way in over his head. I like the scheduling. I don't know. The whole satellite city in year 2, man, I don't know if it'll play as well in 2023 as it did in 2022. The crowd, like, as good as the TV ratings were for points, any game that didn't have the Birmingham Stallions, the crowd was abysmal.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah. That's coming
from a place of love, but
real quick though, can it generate enough revenue to afford to travel?
I think it might. I think it could generate. I mean, the TV numbers, maybe we'll see how merch sales do. We'll see. I don't think they'll really factor into anything, but it's really all about the TV. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Because teams are just owned
by the league.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no quote unquote owner.
Yeah. So they I believe I've heard them mention that they're not going to do teams in markets until they have owners lined up.
Oh, so if that's the case, they'd probably do satellites for sure then.
Which would mean probably satellites, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the satellite system.
I like the home. Even in the XFL when you had games like in New York and LA, like I like the home crowd aspect of it. I like
even those crowds, like they were the smallest crowds in the XFL, but they were bigger than like say a Michigan Stars game of the USFL.
Oh, exactly. At least you had some energy in the crowd, and that's better than no energy.
Exactly. But overall, 2 thumbs up. Other big thing for next year USFL. Maybe if you don't televise it, maybe do a video stream of your draft. That would be really cool to watch. People want to watch your draft.
Now, how are they going to do the draft next year? Is it going to be the same where they go like
they're going to go by position group again, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
now, do you like that?
Michigan gets the first pick for every position group.
Jesus. They'll F it up. They always do.
But every position group, you can't F up every position group.
But it's like a tradition like no other. Professional Michigan teams, and now don't get me wrong, I think my Lions right now are right on the curve. Have a history of messing up drafts. Thank you, Matt Miller.
They can't mess up every position group. You literally get the first pick for every position.
So you're saying a blind squirrel is going to find a nut and just draft?
They're going to find one. They're going to get like a star receiver or like a star defensive back or like something.
We'll see. I'll tell you what. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see. We'll see.
You know what? I'm going to hold my breath. I'm going to be on the Michigan Panthers. I'll get behind them even if you won't. So what was the biggest surprise for you of the USFL? Because mine was probably Birmingham. I did not expect Birmingham to be nearly as good as they were.
The Bandits struggling.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really thought with Haley, the quarterback from the XFL that just burned it up, I really thought that they were going to be the team. I wasn't really that high in Michigan just because I'm not a Shane Patterson guy, but it really showed that you need a running game to be successful. They by far was my biggest surprise with how bad they were, how much they struggled. They weren't necessarily bad.
Yeah, everyone really expected to be like way better. They had 0 wins against 0 wins against a team with a winning record.
Yep. They only fed on those bottom feeders.
So let's go through the team awards real quick because mine was obvious. Like I did not expect the Stallions to be really good. That blew me away. So let's go through the season awards. Offensive Player of the Year, Darius Victor, running back for the New Jersey Generals. I mean, obviously they had the best run game in the entire league. He was
by
like
far
the leader
not
on
even
that.
close. Yeah, I like that.
Defensive Player of the Year, Chris Odom, D end for the Gamblers. Like led the league in sacks, blocked kicks. The guy was all over the field.
The guy was all over the place. The guy was a monster. Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see Chris Odom on an NFL squad.
I think it's safe to say he'll get a look. He'll get a look. He has a chance.
MVP, Kavonte Turpin, wide receiver for the New Jersey Generals. Another guy who I project will probably be on an NFL squad come this fall.
I agree. I think he's definitely going to get a look.
Mike Riley, Coach of the Year.
Hard to say no. I mean, I really feel if the Stallions would have gone undefeated, they would have given it to Holtz.
I definitely think they would have given it to Holtz if the Stallions ended up going undefeated for the entire season. But, dang, the Generals looked really good.
They did. They looked really, really good. Really, really good. And we kind of felt like that. You sniffed it out 2 or 3 weeks beforehand that the Gamblers would upset the Stallions.
Oh, yeah. We were all over that. Now, speaking of the Generals, let's talk some USFL playoffs. We got yoffs going on right now, my friend.
You know what? I am excited, and I am ultra jealous. I am not going to be there.
I'm not going to be here for the playoffs, but I will be here next week for the championship game.
Yeah,
so be prepared for USFL Gym on the street, baby. If there's only like 50 people in those stands, I'm going to be one of them, and I'm going to be noticeable. I will be cheering that game on.
I'll tell you what. I was on, with my girls from Dresses and Solid Pretzels last night on their live stream for Sports Talk South, and I hate to bust your bubble. My girl Elena, sandbagging Canton, Ohio. Just completely sandbagging it, dude.
Like the town itself?
Yeah. She said the Football Hall of Fame is small, didn't live up to the hype, But I said, hey, if there's anyone that knows how to have a good time, just give my boy Jim a Busch Light and a Marlboro Red.
I believe I need to message him. I need to DM him this week. I think I'm meeting up with our boy Jabori. I think he's going too.
He is going, dude. That's going to be awesome. You guys are definitely going to have to send me a pic. I wish so bad that I could be there.
It's going to be a fucking blast. But anyway, let's get into these playoffs. So for the North, we have the Philadelphia Stars taking on the New Jersey Generals, with the Generals 4.5-point favorites, over under set at 47.5.
Here's my thing.
Stars are plus 170 underdogs.
This is my thought process. Are the Stars going to be able to stop the run?
I can't say yes and I can't say no because their defense for the last 3 weeks has been so much improved, but then they have weird games where they look off. Like 3 weeks ago, they looked like they were the best team in the USFL had ever seen.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively. And then these last 2 weeks, they've been banged up, and I don't know what to think of them.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago against the Maulers, they played Costello the second half. They looked like they're just going through the motions. And then against the Generals, they barely rested anybody. The whole thought process to me didn't make sense. Why did you play everybody the week before you have to play the same game, the same team? You know what I mean?
Maybe it's to keep vibes high because maybe if you get blown out the week before, you kind of that gets into your head a little bit.
or at least have him just play a half.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I
Because
mean?
the Generals played everybody too.
Yeah, that both teams. Like that just seemed weird to me that both teams played everybody. Why not just I don't want to say go through the motions, but play it safe, so that way think if someone got hurt. Think if who's
Yep.
the starting quarterback?
Think if Cookus just got banged up.
Yeah. Now you'd be going in with how good your offense is, a legit shot of winning it, and I'm your starting quarterback. That didn't make sense to me. You know what? I'll probably be on the first half under because it was a high scoring game last week. I feel with the playoffs, this is going to be a little bit more conservative play calling.
New field, different field too.
Yeah. So I'll definitely be on the first half under. But with how explosive the Stars offense is, it is really tough when it's at that number of 4.5 not to take them.
I got to take them.
Yeah.
I have them on the money line. I have the Stars winning.
Ooh, look at you. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I could see them easily winning too. I will definitely probably take the 4.5 though.
I'm all over the 4.5. I'm all over the money line. And I am going to – I like your first half underplay. I might live bet like an over if it's low enough.
Or you can find the prop. Bovada usually has it. Highest scoring half, second half. That way, if it is like a 10-7 game or
I like that.
Like a 7-7 game, you just need two tutties and a field goal to cover the bet. So that could be a way to play it too.
For the South, we have the Breakers taking on the Stallions. I think I called this like week 3.
You did.
That this was going to be like the whole situation. Stallions also 4.5 point favorites, plus 170 on the money line for the Breakers. Total set at 44.
Are you familiar with the saying, the early bird gets the worm?
I am.
Yeah, this early bird got a 5.
Look at you.
I know. I took the Breakers at +5. I like him here. This is the third time playing. Fedora, I think Fedora's a good coach. I think he's going to know what the Stallions are going to want to do.
No home field advantage for the Stallions anymore?
Exactly. No home field advantage. And in a game like this, you have to favor the team with the better quarterback.
I'm taking the Breakers.
I'm
taking the Breakers on the money line. I'm taking them plus 4.5. I love your +5. I'm taking the under 44.
For sure. I think both these games are going to go under. I'm going to be on the first half under in both games. I'm going to look to play that prop on Bovada. More points scored second half than first half.
I'm going to parlay both underdog money lines.
You know what? I think this is called a teaser in the business. I have a sexy six way.
Dude, okay, so let's just get into it now because I know you're talking about the CFL, and oh my God, the CFL. We're on week 3 already, by the way, which is mind-blowing. Just first off, week 2 was electric. It was awesome. Calgary, I am dubbing the luckiest team of the CFL this year. They're just
Here's the thing.
Don't stop.
Let me paint a picture for you, my friend. Go home to see my dad, surprise him for Father's Day. Decide to go to the little ice cream parlor. Next thing I know, the score app's just blowing up with scores in the fourth quarter from the Stampede. And I'm like, what the flip is going on right now, man? Like, I don't understand how you could give up 20 points in the fourth quarter. I also don't understand how you can fumble the ball on the QB sneak and have it returned, 60 yards for a touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything broke right for the Stampeders in that game.
That game is, think about it for a Hamilton perspective. You got, let's call it what it was. You got boat raced week 1. You got took.
They were okay. So to their credit, they were competitive until the fourth quarter.
In the fourth, you got boat raced. You have second week in a row, you get boat raced in the fourth quarter. Is this team the Houston Gamblers, the CFL?
Maybe. I think their defense is pretty decent. Their offense will get better. I do think this is an opportunity for halftime live betting potential anytime the Ticats play if they're favored.
I think it's a potential anytime. Like they play the Blue Bombers this weekend.
Yep.
Revenge spot. I love taking these spots when you play the team that knocked you out of the playoffs. I'll be on Hamilton, but if they get up at halftime and I can get any plus money on the Blue Bombers, I am
all over. Hammer that. So let's get through the schedule. Let's start up. So Thursday night, we have the Saskatchewan Roughriders taking on the Montreal Alouettes. Roughriders are 3-point favorites, plus 135 on the dog, total set at 46. I'll tell you right now, I'm on the over. Montreal, I think, has scored almost 30 in both their games.
Here's my question to you. Montreal came back, should have won last week, missed that field goal.
They're the most unlucky team.
The ball is due to bounce their way, and they're playing the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders weren't that impressive against the Elks.
The Rough Rider, you can't take, like, offensively, you can't take any. That's the crazy thing with this Riders team is you can't take anything away because week to week, Cody Fajardo can fucking flip on a dime and be the best quarterback the league's ever seen, or like you're just scratching your head.
I would be more of a buyer in them this week if this game was in Saskatchewan, since the fact it's in Montreal.
I'm gonna have a little bit of a spoiler. I love all the dogs on the spread, but I don't like any of them to win outright. I don't think any of them win.
Spoiler, I'm gonna parlay every single dog in the CFL and the USFL this week.
You're gonna round robin that?
I'm gonna round robin it. I'm gonna 3-way, 4-way, every single way that. And then if that hits, I will be in Canton then.
Okay, if that hits, you will be in Canton. But anyway, I think we're both we're on Montreal. 3 is such a.
I saw a 3.5 this morning.
I love 3.5. Give me plus 3.5. I'm going to sit on this and wait for it and get plus 3.5. 3 sucks because they're going to push again. They're just going to push. They're going to lose by 3.
I think they straight up win. I like them. I like them.
I hope so for your sake, but I do love the over. Over 46. Give me that over, baby.
Okay.
Next up, we talked about it a little bit. The Hamilton Tiger Cats are taking on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. A Grey Cup rematch. Bombers are 4.5-point favorites. Plus 170 on Hamilton on the money line. Over under set at 43.
I mean, this is the revenge spot. I love this spot. I love them. I love the Tiger Cats to come get revenge for losing last year.
Give me the Tiger Cats first half money line.
First half or game?
First half. I think they lose the full game.
Really? Okay. Right.
Although if I had to pick one game, this would be the one that I think the dog has the best chance of winning. Okay. In my opinion.
Okay. I think, you know what, maybe you and I will have to have a little bit of a side bet.
Okay.
Maybe.
What are you thinking?
What do you want to do? A little Wild Turkey, a little Busch Light, a little Red Dog, a little Bud Light?
Let's do Busch Light. So, okay, I will chug a Busch Light next episode. What's the bet?
You want to do the 4 or the 4.5? Well, you know what? We'll do this.
Well, I think the Tiger Cats are going to cover though.
We'll do this. If the Tiger Cats win, you have to chug a Busch Light. If the Tiger Cats lose, I can gently sip throughout the episode on a Busch Light.
Deal.
I think that's fair. I think
that's a fair deal.
Yeah.
That's a good juice. That's good juice on that.
That's good juice. I like that.
So you're on the Tiger Cats money line. I assume you're on them plus 4.5. We're both on them plus 4.5. Total wise,
I would lead under here.
I wouldn't touch it.
I would lead under here. I like the Blue Bombers defense a lot.
I like Hamilton's defense too.
Yeah.
I would lead under, but I probably won't touch it. Mm-hmm. Up next, though, the Edmonton Elks, who looked, I'll give them credit. They looked way better in week 2. They did look way better.
They look good. How they didn't cover that game, I will never effing know.
They're taking on the Calgary Stampeders, the luckiest team in the CFL.
Who's
This
due
is
for
this is sort of
regression?
like a rivalry game. This is an 8.5-point spread. Calgary is an 8.5-point favorite. Money line for Edmonton plus 280. Over under set at 49.
Buy low, sell high, my friend.
You're on Calgary?
Give me Calgary. No, buy low, sell high. Give me the Elks. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm
that's what
buying
you're
Elks
saying.
low. I'm selling Calgary high.
Yeah, I'm on the Elks. I'm all over the Elks plus 8.5. This is a rivalry game. Elks looking improved. Calgary, I feel as lucky as like good as they've looked at points. You could argue they're a little fraudulent.
They could easily be 0-2.
They could very easily be 0-2.
Easily. So I think Edmonton, because like you said, it is a rivalry game. They'll hang tough. They'll have a shot to win at the end.
Yep, all over Edmonton here. I also, dang it, I don't know. 49 is a total.
That's a pass for me.
I might lean over in this game.
Okay.
Some weird shit, but I might lean over. I'd probably stay away again, though. The last game of the CFL, we have the Toronto Argonauts facing off against the British Columbia Lions, with the Lions 4.5-point favorites, plus 165 on the money line for Toronto. Over under set at 49 as well. I do like this over. I love this over.
I like this over too. I like Toronto here. Toronto is supposed to have this explosive offense. I think BC's a little inflated for the beatdown they put on the Elks the week before they had the bye week. I will take Toronto. I'll take Doug Flutie's former team.
I will take Toronto as well, plus 4.5. Love that spot for them. I think that and the over are my big plays for this game.
Now, I have 2 questions for you, my friend.
Okay.
Would you invest some right now? I'm looking at the future market for the CFL. The Redbacks at 12-1.
They look good.
They're 0-2 and they've lost 2 competitive games to the Blue Bombers.
12-1's not a bad number.
It's not bad at all.
I might dabble on that. Do I have any Red Blacks futures?
I think you may have a couple.
Let's see what I got. Blue Bombers, Argonauts. I don't know if I do.
Because I'm looking at them right now. I'm seeing the Blue Bombers plus 250, Calgary plus 450, Rough Riders plus 500, Argonauts 500, Tiger Cats 800. BC Lions are plus 800.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take that. You could have gotten better odds for BC at the start of the season.
But I'm just kind of saying, I think that number is inflated. I'm not.
Yeah, give me the Red Blacks for sure.
Yeah, Red Blacks and Montreal are both at 12.
I like the Red Blacks better than Montreal.
Now, another book I have. Who do you think is going to have the most passing yards this week?
Flip of my hat. Oh man, it's probably Cody Fajardo. I think it's going to be him.
He's 4-1.
Yeah.
Thompson's 5-1. Rorik's 5-1. Arbuckle's 6-1. Harris 7-1. Evans 7-1. Mitchell 7-1. Cordalos 8-1. Any of the long shots? Anything?
I don't mind. Like Zach Collaros can come in clutch. He doesn't really rack up the yards though.
Yeah, that's
you can okay. What's Arbuckle at? What was he at?
6-1.
Don't hate that. Don't hate it just because like he's going to be feeding Kenny Lawler.
Yeah.
And you might rack up some yak. Dane Evans could always go off every once in a while. I think Fajardo's the guy though.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to hear your.
Nathan Rourke can pop off, but like you're gonna get so many rushing yards from James Butler that's gonna take away from that.
Yeah, it's gonna negate it. So.
And the other thing for the Rough Riders is the Rough Riders don't have like the best rushing game.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe another reason to look at Dane Evans or Zach Collaros is because that's a game where neither team has a strong rushing attack, so they're going to be passing a lot.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So, like, if you're going for the long shot, I don't hate Zach Collaros.
Okay.
Because he can come in clutch, and if he,
Yeah.
like, balls out this game when he needs to,
He can make some
get there.
throws. I'm looking. Your Tiger Cats is at plus 160 money line for the first half.
Yep, I did bet that already. That is a bet I made. Yes.
What about the Elks plus 205 first half?
I'm on that as well.
Argonauts plus 155 first half.
Don't hate it, but I feel like BC, if they're going to come out, they're going to come out swinging. But I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
I mean, should I just round robin parlay all dogs for the first
I might
half?
round robin parlay all dogs in the first half.
Dude, that plays out plus 4,500.
How much are you putting down?
You did put down 25 to win 11 hundo. For that's just for a straight 4-teamer.
Let me get all these first halves in there.
I mean, if you do a round robin, if you put
Okay, if you put
whatever, I mean,
what are you doing here, Eric? What are you doing, you magic man?
all combinations is times 11. You know what? I'll probably do.
You fucking madman.
Man, you know what? I'll probably do it for like $20. So $220 total bet could net a little over 31 hundo. That's probably what I'll do.
You're fucking real right now?
Dude, locked in, big man. Locked and loaded, my friend.
I respect the move.
You know what? I'll have to look because I'm looking at. This is the thing I found.
I'm gonna do first half. You know what? No, screw it. Right before you say anything, I'm gonna round robin first half money line, dog money line.
I like that. No, I was just gonna say that I'm starting to find that Caesar's app has better odds for the CFL.
That's right, dude. Line shop for these leagues.
I know, dude. That's why my boys at the Bet Stamp, in my eyes, are the best, man. I love these cats, dude.
Oh gosh.
I mean, the Elks are plus 210. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be filthy, dude.
It's gonna be juicy. So anyway, what's your best bet for week 3 of the CFL?
Week 3 CFL best bet. I like the Tiger. I'm going back to the well. Give me the Tiger Cats.
My best bet is also Ticats plus 4.5. It's either that or the over in the Toronto BC game. Those are my two best bets.
Okay, I like those. I like those.
Best bet in the USFL playoff.
Breakers plus 5 all day.
Yeah, that's probably mine too. Also, over 47.5 in the Stars game. I'm back on the over when it comes to the Stars. I don't care. It's the Stars. It's the Stars.
Why not, though, take the first half under, second half over?
I will do that. That's the better bet.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do that prop. I like the first half under and the second game, the Breakers to cover. Those are my two best ones for that.
Fucking beautiful. That'll do it for this episode of Spring Fever. We're going to be talking. So after the USFL, so not next week. Next week we're going to be breaking down the USFL championship game. But after the USFL championship game, we're talking XFL, ELF. We're getting the X League kind of warmed up in our culos. Get ready for it, people.
I'm looking forward to it, my friend. You know, let's cash these bets this weekend. Let's make some money. And let's get you some money for you and old J Dub to do some Jaeger bombs at some Canton, Ohio bar.
I hate you. I hate Jaeger bombs. I
Oh,
absolutely
really?
hate. Yeah, they're fucking disgusting.
Are you more of a lemon drop shot type kind of
I'll
guy?
do almost any other shot. I'll do Jaeger bombs. I just hate them.
Okay.
I'll do any shot put in front of me.
You know what? If I write something down, I remember it, and I'm writing down never do Jaeger bombs.
I just
Yeah.
it tastes like black licorice, and I absolutely hate black licorice.
You know, my dad also says
What does he say?
winners win.
They do. And
Yeah.
we're gonna win this weekend, folks. Tune in next week when we're bragging about all the fucking money we won.
You know what? I'll be like Scrooge McDuck diving in that bed of gold.
You'll be going to Canton because you're gonna win that round robin.
Jesus, dude. Can you imagine my ass pulling up the can, dude?
Oh, it'd be fucking.
I mean, that would be epic, dude. That
fucking electric.
We're gonna have like content for 5 years.
Oh, it'd be so fucking good. That'll do it for this episode of Spring Fever. Tune in next week. Tune in all the time. Give us a listen. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Follow us on BTV. Better than Vegas. Love you.